Welcome, everyone. As you work toward your Google Level 1 certification, one of the products that you want to be familiar with is Google Earth. And as mentioned in the rest of this video series, again, understanding the tool is important, but understanding how it can impact your learning, how it can transform your classroom and engage and empower students, that's really what the tool is about. So this is one of my favorite tools, save the best for last. Google Earth is one of my favorites. Many of you may have used it in the older format as a standalone program, but now it is a web-based app, and you can access this by going to google.earth.com, or you can, of course, use the 9 square grid and select Google Earth. And the beauty of the new version is that the app works on both Android and iOS devices, and you can also use it on laptops and Chromebooks, and it is pretty seamless across all of those devices. So I really like the new Google Earth. So once you are here, you're going to select Launch Earth, and let's take a brief tour of some of the things that are essential for understanding Earth. It does take just a moment to load. All right, after it loads, the basic console is here on the left, and the three bars will cause it to pop out. It tells you what all of these features are. There's search, Voyager, projects, excuse me, map styles, photos, and the settings. And then over on the right, on the bottom right, we have some additional settings here, and we'll explore all these very briefly. So the first thing we want to do is we want to search. So let's say we want to search, and let's search for Grand Canyon National Park. So there's Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona, of course. So if I click there, it is going to go to that location. And this is the knowledge card that is associated with that. So here is the knowledge card, and I can select more info here, and I will get a little bit more information. So I'm going to get some more pictures, I'm going to get some more information, lots of things that I can look at. And when I'm done, I can select the back arrow right here. I have the ability to fly there. If I click that, it's going to fly to that location. Now, I was pretty close, so it's not going to move very far in this particular location or in this particular instance. If I want to save this so that I can save it and share with others, I can select Add to Project. If I don't currently have a project, I can select New Project. And again, my naming convention, example for video, and I can select Save. And that is going to save as a project. And now a project, once created, can be shared with others. So I can hit share project right here, and I can choose who I would like to share this project with, just like I have Google Docs and Sheets and everything else. It's the same basic idea. So I can change this so that anyone in the world can view it, and I could just copy that link and send it to them. So I can post tours of where I want people to go. This is one of those really impactful pieces that is part of Google. I can create tours of places in books. I can tour ancient battlefields. I can do whatever I want with Google Earth. That's why it's one of my favorite products in this whole realm of all the amazing things that Google will do. Let's explore a little bit more. On the left here, this is Voyager. You can locate pre-created tours or projects, if you will. So here I can scroll through, and there are various categories. There's nature and games and layers and street view. So let's just take a look at layers. So if you wanted to see like polar sea ice coverage, you could click here, and it will essentially create an overlay for you on your Google Earth so that you can see that. And so now you see in those orange line, there is the median sea ice from 1979 to 2018. And you can use the, looks like on this one, I've never done this one before, but it's just going to play through there, and you can kind of see how the sea ice changes over time. And you can read a little bit more about that. And obviously it defaults to the Arctic. You can then, let's see, we can flip to the Antarctic, and we can go to the Antarctic. And that will tell us a little bit more about uh, that particular tour. So when you're done with that, you can go back, and again, lots of tours here, and these are things students can explore. The watersheds in the U.S. is kind of a fun one. I've played with a few times, but lots of them here. But culture, travel, education, so many things to explore here. I love the Voyager tool. Here's the dice. This is I'm feeling lucky. It's going to take me to a random place in the world. Dartmoor National Park. Never heard of it. Sounds cool though. I like the picture. And it's going to take me there. And again, I can use the card to learn a little bit more about that. And when I am done, I can close that right here. So let's take a look at some of the other features in the lower right hand corner. These features over here are great, and I actually have another video that explores those more in depth. But if you want, you can explore those. Those are your projects. So these are any projects you have visible. This allows you to change the layer that you want, and this allows you to measure distance. So if I wanted to measure distance, I could use that. There's my starting spot and there's my ending spot, and I can measure distance and also can calculate area. So that's a quick and uh, dirty overview of those two right there. A little bit more you can do with those if you want to explore more, though. You can also mark something right here. So if I want to put a place mark right here, and I could say place mark example and hit save. And now that is currently saved in the, notice how it saves in the project, and I can rearrange those items in the project if I want. On the right side, if I want to go into Street View, I can. I can also toggle between 2 and 3D. So let's go, like, let's say I'm going to go to New York City here and go in on Street View because that's always a good place to go on a Street View. So if I find a spot here in New York City, I'll just zoom in on some random street and I want to go into Street View. I just drag the little peg man to the correct location, drop him there, and it's going to go into Street View. And there it is on Street View, and I can admire the buildings. And I know at least where I'm from, students never get to see something like that, so kind of fun for them to look at that. And then you can toggle between 2 and 3D if it is available right here. So you can toggle between 2 and 3D if that is available here. And to get out of Street View, let me collapse this. To get out of Street View, you can simply press the back arrow right here and you can exit out. And so now notice here's 2 and 3D. So now I can toggle out of 2D, or sorry, toggle into 3D. So if I'm in a place like New York City that has 3D, I can do that. If I want to toggle back to 2D, I can. It's going to go to the above view. So that gives me the option to toggle where I would like and turn 2 and 3D on or off. So that's a very quick overview. Again, so many things you can do with this. So take the time to think about what you want to do with this. What kind of project do you want to create? What do you want to show your students that you talk about in class? Because any place that is discussed can be visited on Google Earth. Hopefully that helps you out, gives you some ideas for how you might want to use Google Earth. If you have any questions, please let me know. Best of luck as you move forward in taking the exam.